Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Storytime channel. I'm Pallavi reading interesting stories for you. Today's story name is The Girl That God Took. This is story taken from The Man from the Egg. Unusual Tales about the Trinity, written by the great Sudha Murty. Now let's go to the story. Long, long time ago, there lived a rich man in a small village named Koluru in Karnataka. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva and would visit the temple every morning with a tumbler of milk as offering. His wife passed away early and he had only daughter, a sweet, good-natured girl named Kodagusu. Every morning at the temple, the man would chant the Shiva Panchakshari mantra 5 times. Then he would drink the milk he had brought with him and take the empty tumbler home. Kodagusu would greet her father at the door, take the tumbler and wash it so that it would be clean and ready for her father the next day. This routine continued for several years. One day, the man had to travel to another village for work. He said to Kodagusu, "My dear daughter, for years I have made an offering to the Lord every day. Shiva has always protected and helped us, and I don't want to upset him. So make sure you go to the temple tomorrow on my behalf and offer the Lord a tumbler of milk." Kodagusu agreed, and her father left in peace. The next morning, Kodagusu took a bath, combed her hair, and put on a pretty dress. She heated the milk, adding sugar, poured it into the tumbler, and carefully carried it to the temple. She garlanded the Shivlinga and placed the milk in front of the deity. "O Shiva," she said, "my father, who is a great devotee of yours, has asked me to bring this milk to you. Please accept these offerings and drink it." She sat for some time in a corner of the room, waiting for Shiva to turn up for the milk. But nobody appeared and the tumbler of milk remained full. "Maybe Shiva has not heard my request," she thought, and repeated aloud, "I am a Kodagusu, daughter of your beloved follower who offers you milk every day. Please drink it as soon as possible because I have to go home quickly and leave for school." She waited for another 5 minutes, but there was still no sign of Shiva. "Perhaps he is feeling shy because my face is unfamiliar. I will give him some privacy," she thought, and went out. Kodagusu waited outside for some time and then went back in to check if the offering had been accepted. The milk was still untouched. Now she started to worry. If Shiva does not drink the milk and I take it back, my father will scold me. Why isn't the Lord listening to me? She wondered. She sat in front of the Shivlinga and cajoled the Lord. "Please drink the milk. You need it to remain strong. I even added some sugar today so it tastes quite sweet. I am sure that you will like it. Please don't get me into trouble. Have the milk. If you drink it today, I will bring you laddus tomorrow." She heard nothing but silence. Helpless Kodagusu began crying. Time ticked by, morning turned to noon. Shiva remained where he was, and the Kodagusu filled the air with her occasional bouts of sobbing. She was scared of her father and tired of her obstinate God. Overcome by frustration, she started hitting her head against the Shivlinga. Lord, am I doing something wrong? What am I supposed to tell you, my father, if you don't accept our offerings? Her pleas reached Shiva's ears on Mount Kailash. His heart was moved by her innocence and he emerged from the Shivlinga. Kodagusu was ecstatic to see him. She smiled brightly and exclaimed, "You look very different from your pictures, and so kind and so normal. Tell me, why were you hiding for so long?" Without waiting for a response, she continued, "Well, never mind that now. I am glad you are here. Please drink this quickly and give the tumbler back to me." Shiva promptly drank the milk and handed her the empty tumbler. Kodagusu thanked him and ran all the way home. The god watched her for some time with affection and then went back to his abode. After reaching home, Kodagusu washed the tumbler, grabbed her bag, and hurried to attend the remainder of her school day. In the evening, her father came back from his journey, tired but happy. The trip had been fruitful and he had made a good business deal. While resting, he thought, "Shiva is great. I had a good day thanks to his blessings. Perhaps I will offer him some laddus tomorrow as a show of my gratitude." At that moment, he remembered the task he had assigned to his daughter and turned to her. "Kodagusu, did you take some milk for the Lord today?" "Yes, I did. But Shiva took hours and hours to come. I had to cajole and plead and scold him until he finally drank the milk." "Father, you don't take so much time when you go to the temple. Maybe Shiva listens to you easily because you are older than I am and he knows you. Maybe I am just too young and it takes too long time for him to hear my request." Kodagusu's father was taken aback. "Child, come here and sit down," he said. "Tell me again what you just said, but slowly." Kodagusu narrated the incident in detail. The man could not believe it. He knew that his daughter never lied, but how could Shiva really emerge from the Shivlinga? He thought, was there someone in the temple who looked like Shiva and fooled my young daughter into giving him the milk? The poor thing, she has most definitely been duped. Let me ask her to take the milk to the Lord tomorrow and follow her to see what happens. The man did not sleep well that night. The next morning he said to his daughter, "Here, take this milk and go after it to the Lord in the temple." "Father, please come with me. I will show you how long he takes to appear. He will make me late for school again." "No, Kodagusu. Off you go to the temple now. I will go some other day," he said. The girl nodded obediently and left with the milk. Quietly, her father followed her to the temple, stood behind the door, and peeped in. Just like the day before, Kodagusu greeted the Lord, asked him to drink the milk, but no one appeared. She pleaded for some time, but to no avail. Kodagusu looked around the temple. It was completely deserted. By now, her father was convinced that some passerby had indeed seized the opportunity to pose as Shiva and drink the milk. Upset, he came out from behind the door and scolded his daughter. "Shiva did not come here yesterday. It was someone pretending to be him. You, my little girl, fell for his antics like a big fool." "No, it was Shiva," said Kodagusu earnestly. "I am absolutely certain. His neck was blue. He had long curly hair. There was a half moon on his head, and he was holding a trident. When he smiled at me, I noticed the Rudraksh necklace around his neck. I gave him the milk, father. He is real. I am not lying. But her father refused to believe her. Kodagusu was heartbroken by his lack of faith in her. She hugged the linga desperately and called out to Shiva, "Oh Lord, please come and reveal yourself. If you don't, my father will think I am a liar. You are the only one who can prove the truth to me. I don't deserve to be scolded for a lie that I haven't told." Suddenly there was a thunderous noise and the Shivlinga opened. Shiva emerged from it and embraced Kodagusu. Then he looked at her father and said, "Children are innocent. I don't want anyone to test her again or compel me to come here when she calls out to me. She will stay with me forever." Shiva held on to the Kodagusu as the linga began to close. He obviously intended to take her with him. Kodagusu's shocked father ran to the linga but only managed to grab a few strands of her hair before it shut completely. Legend has it that this is why when a person touches the Shivlinga in Kolaru village, they feel like they are stroking someone's hair. This is the end of the story. Do you like it? Then comment it and subscribe my channel. Bye bye.